Hello people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be about the Excel. In this we are going to discuss about the introduction to Excel workbook and the basics of Excel. So let's dive into the video.
To start with the very basics of Excel, I want to tell you about the structure of an Excel workbook. So here we have the clipboard, which have the most prominently used commands. For example, we have autosave, we have undo, we have redo, and this is the name of the book we are currently working in. And then here we have all the tabs that are present in an Excel. Almost there are 8 tabs excluding the file. So in the home tab we have different options of formatting. For example, first we have different sections as its clipboard, then we have font section, alignment section, number section. Similarly in the insert we also have different sections where we have to work on insertion, like we can insert different sort of pictures, shapes, charts, models, etc. And then we have the page layout that manages the orientation of this workbook. And then afterwards we have the formula tab, which prominently focus on the formulas and functions that we are going to use in the Excel workbook. Then we have the data tab, which is for the data that we are writing. It's completely like manipulation of the data. Then we have the review tab if we want to check out the spellings, hashers, and dictionaries. Then we have the view tab. It's used to depict the workbook in different sort of views. For example, we have the normal view, which is this. We can have the page breakout view, we have the page layout, we have custom views, and etc. Then we have help tab. If ever we have any problem in searching some sort of feature or function in the workbook, we can take the help of the inbuilt help tab. We can also have the contact support, we can give the feedback for Microsoft Office 365, we can have the community and Excel blogging, so many options. Now afterwards this is the ribbon, and then this is known as the name box, where the selection, like the address of the cell where we are currently working, is displayed. For example, here I have selected A1, so that A1 is written in the name box. And then here is a formula bar, which will depict the calculations that are being performed in the Excel sheet. So I'm working in a cell and I'm performing some sort of calculation, it would be recorded in the formula bar. And now these are the columns. These vertical features of this workbook are known as columns, and these horizontal linings are known as rows. And if I select this column, the entire column is selected. If I click on one, then this entire row is selected. So if I want to check what is cell, for example, I click on 14th row, and I press shift and F. So this entire section is selected if we want to do that. So what is cell? Cell is an intersection of a row and a column. For example, here I've selected D6, so this is Dth column and 6th row. So every cell is represented in the form of column, row attributes. So if I want to check how many of the columns and rows are there, I'm selecting this cell known as F5, and then I'm pressing Control and right arrow. So it's going to take me to the last column, which is XFD, and coming back I'm pressing Control and left arrow, I'm coming again in the starting. Similarly, we want to check number of rows, then Control down arrow. So we have total of 1048576 number of rows. Coming back, I'm starting on the starting position. And here downside we have sheet 1, so it represents the sheet that we are currently working in. If we want to add another sheet, we can press on the plus button, and then I will go into sheet 2. And once the sheet is deleted, this action cannot be recovered, or it cannot be undo anytime. So now we are starting like the basics of the numbering. So Excel is basically for the document purpose, the data entry, like managing the data in the form of tables. We can have charts and all. So if you are pursuing the course of data analyst, you must need the Excel because of the visualization features and analysis of the data that it provides. Now let's start. If I have to display the numbers for example 1 to 20. So first option could be I'm writing 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. So it may be tedious if you're given a lot of numbers. For example, if I have to display the contact of 100 people, then I have to write from 1 to 100. So it would be very difficult for me to type it 1, 2, 3, 4 again. So for that, what we have, I'm writing 1 in a cell and then 2 in the another cell to create a pattern. So now the computer is getting that 1, 2. It means there is a gap of 1 in both of these. So I am clicking 1, pressing shift and selecting the second box, and then moving towards the rightmost corner of the selection and clicking this and dragging down. For example, I want the number still 20 and I'm leaving here. So these are numbers are displayed from 1 to 20. Similarly, I have like A, B. Now if I do A, B, A, B, A, B, so it's going bring me down up to how many letters I want. This is not like provided in the Excel sheet, but this is what I have customized. So I will tell you how I have customized it. And then afterwards, another possibility could be, for example, I'm writing 1 and in the second box I'm writing 2. Now if I haven't pressed the shift and I selected 1 and I put dragging arrow, and it's again going to print 1 1 1. So this is it's filling, it fills the entire series in the form of the same number, because I have not selected the pattern. I have selected the single digit and it's get repeated and repeated and repeated. So now let's start with the home tab. So first we have the clipboard, which have like very prominently used things. Now if I'll take you to the font section. You mostly are aware of the font. For example, I have here days of the week like Monday, and then I wrote Tuesday. I selected Monday and then shift in second and I went down to Sunday. Okay, so it's like repeating. Is now working? Okay, so if I want to change the formatting of this text, I'm going to this and I'm selecting any sort of font I want. For example, if I want Times New Roman, first I need to select the cell and then Times New Roman. And it's changed. For example, in this I want to change the color of the text as well. So I'm here. This is changed. I can make it bold. I can increase the size, for example 15. And now as you see, this Tuesday is coming out of the column. So in order to adjust it, I'm clicking on this and I'm clicking on the border of J and K and just double pressing it, and it's automatically going to adjust itself. Similarly, I want to apply the same formatting to Monday also. So instead of going again to the font section, selecting it and copying it, what could I just do? I select the Tuesday whose formatting I want to apply, and then go on the format painter in the home and then click on the Monday. And so what I wrote Monday, okay, ignore it please. And this formatting is applied to Monday as well. Let me correct it. Okay, so format painter is only going to apply the formatting effects. It's not going to change the content which is written in the cell. And then afterwards we have this. Okay, and then we have this options, and there is an adjustment alignment option. For example, this is now, okay, this is center aligned, this is right aligned, okay, this way. And then we have the orientation. If you want to change the orientation of this, for example, angle clockwise, and this is changed. And then afterwards we have wrap text. If we have a lot of text in a single row, and we can use the function into wrap text because it's going to break it into the lines. And then we have merge and center. It's used in the form of tables. Whenever we have two rows or two columns having the similar name or sharing the same sort of data, then we can use this function. And then afterwards we have this number tab where we can change the which sort of numbers are we dealing in, for the time, for the percentage. And then afterwards we have the currency symbols and all. Then we have the styles, which is formatting. For example, let me show you about this Tuesday. I've selected this cell, I go to the format section, and so there are different options. For example, auto fit column width. If it's not fitting, for example, let me show you. I'm writing here Wednesday. Okay, no, let me write it here, Wednesday. Okay, now as you see, this is not fitting the column, so I select the cell, go on the format, and then auto fit column width, and it's again going to perform the same function which was being done by just double clicking on the border. And then afterwards we have auto sum features in order to for the calculations, and we have the fill. Now this is nice. For example, I write 1, then I write 2, and then I write 3. So for the fill, let's try. If I'm clicking on down, So see, it's going to fill the same thing down. So how many I've selected, it's going to fill that again. Now second example, I'm writing 1 and missing and writing 3. So, or we can take another number. For example, I'm writing 10 and then here I'm writing 30. Oh, 12. Okay, so it just want to have the pattern. So I selected this second one, third one. I go to the fill and then series and then step value 1. Okay, and it has automatically completed the series like 10, 11, 12. This is the option of fill. Now clear is a useful tool. So in order to tell you what the clear is, first let us do the filling of this cell. So for example, I fill it with the yellow color. Now I click this cell and then I select clear. So there are different options for the clear. If I select clear all, it's going to clear everything from this cell. For example, now look, so every Monday formatting and background color is deleted. Then I go on clear formats, only the formatting is deleted. Monday is still here. And then if I clear on clear content, every formatting will still be in the place, but only the Monday is erased. And lastly, it's for the hyperlink if we ever want to try the hyperlinks. Okay, this was all about the home tab. What are the features of the home tab? And then we have the insert tab. We can insert pictures, we can insert data this way. So let me show you one more thing. For example, I have written here name, roll number, marks. Okay, and here in the name I'm writing Rohan Vaibhav Sahil Ruchika, whatever. Okay, roll number is 2. No, let's make it 1, 2, 3 and 4 serial wise, and marks are like 20, 19, 15, 16. Okay, now I have this data and I want to make the table out of this data. So I select the k10th, which is the starting of this table, and I click on shift and select the last row. So it will select the entire data of the table. Then I would do right click and insert. Okay, let me show you one more thing. If I want to insert the cell down or bottom, for example, here I want to insert the cell here. I don't want this to be displayed. I right click and then insert, and then we can insert the cell like right cells down, or we can insert the entire row. For example, let me show you entire row. So a row above Monday would be inserted. Let's do for the Tuesday, it would be better understanding. Right click, insert, entire row above to the Tuesday would be added. Look, see, okay, the entire row is added. Now shift and click on the table, and this data would be grouped into the table. Now this table has a formatting which is already present in the form of font size. We can create different table styles out of here. For example, I selected this and this. Okay, or I can also say I don't want any, so I can this one. Okay, now let's give it a border. So I'm selecting this and the last one, going to the border on the home in the font section. It provides me, I haven't provided me a border, and this is like all borders, all the borders are provided. Now let us click here, and I want to format this heading section. So I go here and select a, and then color is selected, and then okay, like for example, I formatted this entire row. Now see, the roll number, the marks are still hidden. So what I do, click on this and then this, similarly this. Okay, all these three are adjusted with the help of the column, right? For example, now okay, if you want to add the hyperlink or link into your Excel sheet, you can do with the help of shortcut Control plus K. It's going to open the window from where you can select which sort of thing you want to open on that hyperlink, and in that way the hyperlink is created. So for today's video, I think it's enough. We will continue with the second part
coming up with more features of an Excel. This was complete a basic information, and then we will dive more into the advanced. Thank you.